What is going on, guys? Fraser Wilson here. Today's video, I'm going to be walking you through an updated full day of eating. So this is going to be geared towards lean bulking, which is one of the best approaches you can take to putting on muscle mass because it's going to keep body fat levels low, which is absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, like it's probably the best kind of scenario that you could be in. So these meals are also going to be very, very easy and simple to whip up, and they're going to taste pretty damn phenomenal. So it's going to be a best kind of scenario for yourself. So if you're short of time and you love tasty food, then you'll definitely want to watch this video all the way to the end. So without further ado, let's jump into meal number one. All right, so meal number one, first and foremost, we're gonna be whipping up some eggs. So this is gonna be a nice omelet mixed in with some basmati white rice. Preheat the pan to a medium heat. A little bit of a spray of coconut oil here. You can also use olive oil if you want. First and foremost, to help get in some micronutrients for the day, we're gonna put in a handful of kale and spinach. Don't worry about the volume because it will die down quite significantly. And while that is going, guys, we're gonna cook up 250 grams or 1 cup of rice in the microwave. And if you wanna see exactly how I cook up these foods in bulk, then I will make a video dedicated to that. But for the most part, it's pretty easy. And this is just gonna save us a whole lot of time. So we're gonna put that into the microwave for 90 seconds. That is all simmered down. We wanna go with 3 eggs. So we're gonna go 3 whole eggs. And one of the most important things here to make sure that these eggs cook up nicely is to keep them active. Bang, 1, 2, 3. So we just wanna keep it on and off the pan, about 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. It's just gonna stop the eggs from burning. Oh yes, look at that. Look at it. That is brilliant. 10 mils of olive oil, mixed herbs, just a nice sprinkle. They don't call me mixed herb bae for nothing. A few cracks of pink salt, that is just gonna add in so much taste as well. Because this is a pre-workout meal, it is gonna give me some pumps. And that, guys, is breakfast. All right, guys, so that is meal number one. Yes, it is a little bit of a strange one, mixing the eggs with the rice for breakfast, but at the end of the day, breakfast is what it is, and this is gonna be a pre-workout meal. This is a very simple, easy to digest pre-workout meal. It's just gonna go down a treat. I'll be able to hit a workout in about 40 minutes, which I'm gonna get into. So the macros and calories for this meal are right there, and I guarantee you this is a very, very tasty one. It's simple. It took about literally, I'd say about 7 minutes. If I was timing, 7 minutes on the dot. Now meal 2 is coming up, and that's absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna catch you right there. All right, guys, workout is all done, and that was absolutely phenomenal. So I'm hungry as a mother effer, and pretty much when it comes to a post-workout meal, what you wanna do is tackle 2 specific things. The first of which is gonna be carbohydrates. And the reason you wanna do that is because when you work out, you actually deplete glycogen stores. And we wanna go ahead and recover that, especially if we're trying to lean bulk or put on muscle mass. Those glycogen stores are gonna be very, very important for us to recover, and then also to perform for the next workout. Next on the agenda is gonna be protein. So you want to be getting in protein to aid in recovery, because protein is going to possess amino acids, which are the building blocks of muscle mass. So if you don't have those, then you don't have muscle mass, mate. Been a bit of a go-to of mine for a long time. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into it. All right, guys, and that is the post-workout meal. So this is absolutely delicious. I guarantee you, if you try this, you will never go back. It's like once you go black, you don't go back. Once you go with this post-workout meal, you don't go back to whatever the hell you were having before. So all the calories and macros are right there for this meal. And also, I went with IsoPep Whey Zero from HP Labs. It is absolutely phenomenal. This is the best protein on the market, in my personal opinion. I went with vanilla ice cream. There's tons of other flavors available though. So if you wanna get this, you can use my code Fraser10. It's gonna save you some monies, and then also you're gonna get some really good protein powder. And that also applies to every other supplement on the hplabs.com website. So check that out. I'm gonna eat this because I'm hungry, and I'll catch you meal number 3. All right, guys, meal number 3 going down. This is gonna be a personal favorite of mine. So very, very simple, but the first things first, it's gonna take a little bit of time to cook up this potato. So this is a Japanese sweet potato. And honestly, this is the best kind of potato you can possibly get, because on the inside, it's nice and creamy and sweet. On the outside, it gets real crispy, but it all depends on how you cook it. So first and foremost, we're just gonna rinse it under some water for a little bit, get some water on there, rub off any dirt that might be on there. And very pivotal, we're gonna actually dry this off. If we put it on there while it's still wet, it's gonna kind of steam a little bit, but we don't want that. We want it to be nice and crispy on the outside. That is the way to get it done. So I'm gonna preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna put it in there for 1 total hour, and it is gonna come out so good. So don't put it on a tray or anything. You could put some foil underneath it if you want, but if you put it on the grills, just as is, it's good to go. So I'm gonna put this in here for 1 hour. I'm gonna throw it. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Oh my God, that is the most perfect potato you will see in your entire life. So on top of that, guys, we're going to be putting in some pre-made chicken breast. If you would like to see a full breakdown on bulk cooking, then let me know in the comments, guys, and while you're down there, drop a like, and I will get on that video ASAP, because a lot of these foods I do bulk cook so I can have them over a few days as opposed to cooking them up individually each day. That's just going to take way too long. So we got 100 grams of chicken breast here, a little bit of roughage on there, sprinkle of mixed herb, crack of pink salt. Last but not least, guys, is one final ingredient, and that is going to be peanut butter. So we're gonna take our here sweet potato, nice and sweet and creamy, and we're gonna put 30 grams peanut butter in there. And I know what you're thinking, that sounds a little bit crazy, but crazy things have happened and they've turned out really well. And this is one of those things, man. You gotta try it before you judge it, because it is actually so damn good with this actual specific sweet potato. That is meal numero 4. So as I said, man, you cannot knock the peanut butter and the sweet potato combo until you try it. So you wanna get this one or a Hawaiian sweet potato, which is gonna be white on the outside and then purple on the inside. It's kind of like the opposite of this, which is pretty funny. It's like an albino Japanese sweet potato. So we're gonna knock that down with a tall glass of water, because that is an important part of any kind of diet. So whether you're trying to build muscle or burn fat, it's gonna be so damn pivotal. You could get a workout in without food, but you're not gonna get a good workout in without some H2izzle on my nizzle. So that is it, guys. That is meal number 4. The macros and calories are right there. And this is a beauty, guys. I know that you will love it. So make sure you do happen to try it out, guys. So I'll catch you at meal number 4. All right, guys. So moving into meal number 4, and this is one of my personal favorites, and that is gonna come down to a beautiful pasta recipe. So typically pasta is looked at as one of those things that are kind of unhealthy, categorized in the same lane as pizza. But I've figured out a recipe that works in very, very well for our situation from trying to build muscle mass. And probably the best thing about it is very easy to whip up. So without further ado, guys, we're gonna hop right into it. First things first, guys, we're gonna boil a nice pot of water. Now we're gonna also put in some salt, just like the Italians do. I don't know if they use pink salt specifically, but it is gonna add a little bit more volume to your pasta, and that is pretty damn ideal. So while that is boiling, guys, we're gonna prepare our other pan, which is actually gonna be for our pasta sauce. Now we're gonna be using some very, very delicious beef. Now this is 90-10 lean ground beef, and it's 100% organic, which just makes it taste so much better. I guarantee you guys, the good beef, bang, you'll never go back once you try it. In with about half a tablespoon of oil, wee little bit of salt. We're gonna go in with 100 grams of beef to nicely start to break that apart, because we don't want crazy big pieces of beef in our actual pasta. We want them to be nice, evenly spread. Okay, guys, so you want to cook that until it's a nice golden brown. And the sauce we're going to be using is just a nice whole cherry tomato prepared sauce, guys. It goes down an absolute treat. Just make sure you find one with low or no sugar. Give that one a nice mix through. Last but not least, guys, just one handful of spinach and kale, and that is just going to add some nice texture to the pasta. All right, guys, that sauce is all done. We're just going to bring it on low heat and let that simmer for the time being, and we're going to go over to the pasta. The pasta we're going to be using, guys, is a nice red lentil pasta. So this is 100% gluten-free. It's got a higher protein content as opposed to carbohydrates in normal pasta, and that is an absolute bingo, because normally pasta, man, there has so many carbohydrates in it. So we're gonna go with 100 grams of this. So we're gonna whack that in there for 7 minutes. All you have to do, guys, now drain it. Now you can use a actual strainer if you want, or if you like to live dangerously, you can just risk it by pouring it out from the pot. Look at that, guys. That is absolutely fantastic. On with the sauce. Oof, that is freaking good. This is such a change up for dinner in terms of having this as opposed to a classic chicken and rice. But because we're putting a spin on the typical pasta, we're making it more on the healthy side of things. It's absolutely good to go. So the macros, calories for this are right there. Bada bing, bada boom, guys. I'm gonna munch this down because I'm pretty damn hungry, and I'll catch you in meal number 5. Alrighty, guys, final meal. This is gonna be something that I'm having lately that is just like to finish off my calories, as well as getting some extra protein, some healthy fats, and an abundance of micronutrients. So it's gonna require very little amount of ingredients, and it's gonna be pretty damn easy to make up. So let's just jump right into it. First ingredient that we're gonna be using is kale and spinach. Now this is a trending topic here in this video, kale and spinach. I love micronutrients. Honestly, guys, if there's one thing that you can do to improve your performance within the gym and life in general, is just to add in some more micronutrients in your day. So this is like a micronutrient bomb to finish off the day and then cap the night off really, really well. So we're gonna go with 1 handful of kale and spinach. Up next, we got some coleslaw. So this is pre-made. Again, very, very simple, easy done. Gonna do half a packet there. Up next, gonna be a beautiful avocado. Some very, very good healthy fats within this, as well as a bit of dietary fiber as well. And it's just gonna add abundance of taste to this salad. Sometimes salads can be a bit bland, especially when they're dry. Like right now, it's very, very dry. If I was to have this on its own, that would be a chore and a half. So we're gonna do 1/2 avocado. So this is the best way to do an avocado. So pretty much you cut it in half and then you do a crosshatch. So you go along one lines and then you go back the other way. That's why you get like a nice mouthful with every single bit. Scoop that BITCH in there. Last but not least, guys, is gonna be a fantastic can of tuna. I like to go with tuna and oil. As I said, the salad on its own, it can be a bit dry. To match that, we're gonna use some olive oil within the tuna, and that's gonna make it absolutely fantastic. Mix it around, guys. Make sure it's nice and stirred in, and we are good to go. All right, guys, and that is gonna cap off the calories and the final meal for the day. So the calories and macros within this meal are right there, bada bing, bada boom. As I said, this is just a simple, easy way to get in a ton of micronutrients, some extra protein for the day, and cap off the calories in a nice way. Especially if you're like me, I'm an abundance eater, and this is, as you can tell, it's an abundance of food. It's as big as my head. So I hope you did enjoy this video, guys. You're gonna need to adapt this to your own personal daily needs for macros and calories. I wouldn't recommend you copy this 100% because the amount that you will need is gonna differ based on your goals, body type, weight, height, and everything else in between. So I hope you did enjoy that video. If you want anything more specific in terms of meal plans, I would highly recommend checking out my coaching, which you can find over at fraserwilsonfitness.com. With that being said, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy this one and learn something new. If you did, make sure you drop a like on this so I know, and I'll continue making videos just like this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Arigato, Mr. Roboto. Stay corona free, drink your water, this is empty, but anyway, catch you in the next one.